Do you want to take a leap of faith? Or become an old man?
Before you can ever reach anything, you have to believe it. You don't just mistakenly become great at something.
Time is now. The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great.
The secret ingredient is nothing.
Huh?
You heard me. Nothing. There is no secret ingredient. To make something special, you just have to believe it's special.
Everything is possible in your life when you believe. When you believe, everything is possible.
Your life is not what you want it to be. You can change it. As a matter of fact, you can do anything within reason that you desire to do if you embrace the principle of applied faith and keep it directed to the attainment of the things you want and off the things you do not want.
The universe really doesn't give you what you ask for. It gives you what you are. And you attract the things that you are. So, yeah, you can't really race to be something you're not. Just very careful. I took my time because I don't feel it's a race. My best work is still in me. So I just pace myself.
Whatever you think you can't, the confidence comes from the thing that you built. You must build belief. You must build confidence. It can't be like, hey, I'm gonna knock that shit out. You gotta look over here and say, I can knock that shit out. It's belief.
Success is something you attract by the person you become. See, that phrase changed my life. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Success is not something you pursue. It's like chasing a butterfly, you can't quite catch it. Success is something you attract by becoming an attractive person.
There is nothing more practical than developing a vision. It's not some pie in the sky exercise. Without a vision, you're chaotic and fragmented and hopeless and disappointed, and someone can stop you just by putting up a single obstacle. You're a house divided amongst itself. You have no forward movement. You're not enthusiastic, and that's to be filled with the Spirit of God, by the way. And your life is a sequence of disappointments and frustrations and tragedies, and you're a leaf blowing in the wind. And that is not what you're called to be. That's not what you're called to be. You're called to be a visionary constructor of the paradisal vision. Really, that's who you are. Terrible as that is to apprehend. We already will lose everything we have to lose.
Yeah.
Right? We're all in this game, man. So there's, whether you want it to be this way or not, you are betting everything on your life.
To change your life, really, you need ideas. There isn't anything an idea can't change. And Schultz taught me the major problem is lack of an idea, not a problem. At first I didn't have any money. I said to Mr. Schultz, I don't have any money. He said, that's not a problem. Now see, up until then I always thought it was. Right? I was confused. He said, no, the problem is lack of an idea on how to create money and wealth. It isn't lack of money, it's lack of ideas. So if you get the ideas, so you can change anything. Now to get ideas, you need a constant study of finding out.
First, the most important step is mastering yourself before anything else. But the problem in mastering yourself is a lot of it has to do with gaining discipline. And what I've learned over the course of writing my 7 books and through the course of my whole life is that you master yourself through learning something that you love that interests you. That's how you develop discipline. To me, the key to life, the key to everything, the key to success is figuring out what you love. I call it your life's task, what you were born to create in this world. Now, of course, the main question is that people ask me is, how do I find that? And the trick in life is bringing out your uniqueness, bringing out what makes you weird, what makes you strange, what makes you different, and leaning into it. And I tell people, often when you were very young, when you were 8 or 7, you actually knew it, but you lost it.
Rich trust their vision and doubt their fear. The poor doubt their vision and trust their fear. You think you're stuck because you don't have money. No, you're stuck because you don't trust yourself. You believe your doubts more than you believe in your dreams. Fear, it's lying to you. It's telling you to be careful, wait for the right time. What if you fail? But look around. Has doubting yourself ever made anyone successful? No. The rich get richer because they move despite fear. The poor, they let fear make their decisions. Your bank account doesn't tell me how much money you have. It tells me how much fear you've trusted in your life. So tell me, who's in charge? Your fear or your vision?
I knew that I didn't want to just be an MMA fighter. I knew that I wanted to be the best in the world, but I wasn't the most confident young man. And so I hopped on YouTube, and I hopped on things like TED Talks, and I would just look up everything about being a person of faith, confidence, even things about charisma. You know, I would just study everything that I wasn't, and I put in hours and hours and hours, and I took lots of notes, and I would just watch my world slowly start to change, my demeanor, my confidence level, and the things that I expected for myself.
It all begins with how we choose to think. As you think, so shall you be. When you keep your attention on what you don't want is what will keep manifesting into your life. The currency for attracting what we want into our lives is our thoughts. As you think, so shall you be. And once you know that what you think about is what expands, you start getting real careful about what you think about.
Power of the mind, people don't understand. We still don't understand. I still don't understand how powerful it is. I'm still learning. But I know one thing is I can make things happen. I can go to levels, I just can't tell the world, but like there's levels that like I've manifested things that I'm just like, I still shock myself. Like, how the fuck did I make that happen? And this is not even to do with fighting. This is to do with my personal life. And I'm like, I made that happen. And this is through this like manifesting subconsciously as well. Just years of something just manifesting, and boom, it's right there. I'm just like, shit, I really made that happen.
You attract what you are, and you create what you think about. Act like the person you want to become. Think like the person you want to become. Nothing changes in your life unless you make the decision and commitment to change it. Hold an image in your mind of how you wish to see yourself living. Visualize it every day, and you will subconsciously start to do things that will move you towards that goal.
You can never lose faith. That's the key. You have to believe in something that you can't see. You have to believe when you don't see no way how. You have to buckle down and keep believing. God is always coming. Here's the deal. The moment you ask God for something, He boxes it up and He ships it to you. Here's the problem with the package. He never gives you the date that it's going to arrive. It's going to come. He just don't tell you when. If He told you when, it would destroy the relationship that's required to have an abundant life, which is faith. I'm telling you, God got a plan for you that's so out of sight, it would trip you out. All you got to do is ask Him for it and wait on it and be willing to work. Faith without works is dead. That's all you got to do.
Nobody changes until they change their energy. And when you change your energy, you change your life. Don't expect anything in your life to change if your environment is controlling your feelings and thoughts, and if your environment is controlling how you feel and think. And I say to you, Aubrey, why are you so upset today? Oh, well, this person is upsetting me. What you're really saying is that person is controlling your feelings and your thoughts, and that means you're a victim to your environment. So turn that around and you start realizing your feelings and thoughts create your environment. And you start seeing the effects of you at cause, you're going to react less to the people in your life because you're going to understand that you'll be back to the victim consciousness. And when you start seeing that you're creating outcomes in your life, you're going to believe more that you're the creator of your life and less the victim of your life. And I say, the more you practice it, the better you get at it.
I give you all the formula. Stop acting like there's anything wrong with you. Live your life like you are the baddest bee on the planet. Live like that. Stop reminding yourself that somebody left you, somebody cheated on you, somebody betrayed you. Because as long as you have that in your consciousness, you will continue to attract that. So live your life like there's not a damn thing wrong with you. If you a size 16, live your life like you a size 10. You a size 10, live your life. Look at me. I ain't living my life like I'm 72. Woo! Yes! Okay? Live your life. Stop picking on yourself. Live your life like there's nothing wrong. And if you step into that, everything that needs to be cleaned, healed, released, surrendered will come to the surface.
Your faith is supposed to take you through good stuff and bad. That's good, bro. Your faith is supposed to take you over mountains and through valleys. Your faith should work if there's a milli in the account or if there's a deficit in the account. Your faith should work whether you are in an electric Porsche Cayenne or should work if you have to walk. My faith is able to handle any condition that it's put in.
Encourage anybody to go out there and do the most damage that you possibly can. Do your thing, get all the fruits, get everything, you know, become the biggest artist you could possibly be. It's such a transparent formula and it will take you as far as you want to go, you know, but you're never going to reach that horizon based off some slick chatter. That's not what's going to make people be like, oh, that's the next guy right there. I'll just come and try and kill me off. Make a mixtape and try and done my whole wave. That's what I want any kid in this city to do.
The universe doesn't respond to your wishes. It responds to your frequency. And your frequency is created by one thing, your energy. That's the way you think, and the way you feel, and the way you show up when no one else is watching. But here's the thing. Most people are broadcasting stress, lack, frustration, and then they're wondering why nothing's changing. But if you can generate gratitude before the breakthrough comes, if you can feel the love before anyone else gives it to you, that's when everything shifts. And here's the craziest part. I'm learning that the goal is to get lost in that journey. Getting lost in the journey of feeling so grateful and loving every single day that you no longer care about the goals that you're manifesting. You're so happy to just be alive. And that, my friend, is when you experience the real magic.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
You are what you think about. Everything that you think about, you become. You become what you think about. Thoughts lead to actions. Actions lead to behaviors. Behaviors leads to lifestyle. Lifestyle determines your destiny. So everything begins in the mind. If you can control and wield your mind, you can very much determine your destiny. Everything is in your control. Broke people and successful people are both self-made, but only the rich and successful will admit it. They're the only ones that will admit it. The person that's broke, that's struggling, it's hard for them to admit that they are there because of the way that they think. But they are there because of the way that they think. Control your mind and control your future.
Manifesting is not about attracting what you want. Manifesting is an awareness and an understanding that you attract what you are. Most of us were raised to become ordinary. And I'm not putting down ordinary, but ordinary is just not good enough for me. Ordinary is you go through your life and you fill out the forms and you pay your taxes and you do what your parents tell you and you're honorable and you're honest and you're a good citizen and then you die. Extraordinary is something very, very different. This is about recognizing within yourself that there's something very, very extraordinary that you haven't been trained to believe in to come to a place where you can apply it and put it into your life. You can go way beyond ordinary. You can go way beyond just being average. All of us are extraordinary. We just have to come to believe it.
Imagine for a few moments what our life would be like if we could access, let's say, 20% of our brain's capacity.
You can see it in your mind, visualize it, it must happen as the law of the universe. I want you to think about what it is you want in your life, but be specific. See it as already done, already accomplished. Don't worry about how it's going to happen, and it will happen in a way that you would never, ever in a million years figure it's going to happen. You say, I've got to do this and this and this, you're limiting to them as the only possible way it can happen. Just say, this is what I want. See it as already done. already accomplished. They fill in the blanks.
Be very clear on what it is that you want. Spend 5 minutes sitting down and visualizing those things being true, and then give gratitude for that. Just 5 minutes. I'm a great partner, not messy, my podcast is super successful. Like, see it, feel it in your body, taste it in your mouth, hear it in your ear. Completely immerse yourself in that for 5 minutes, longer if you can, and then just be so grateful for all of that. Essentially what you're doing is moving your brain from a fear state to a trust state, and that is the gateway to making these changes.
See, the point is, you don't know how much future you've got. What's gone is gone. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Some of you have had divorces. Some of you have probably had bankruptcies. Some of you have had terrible things happen in the past. But what's gone is gone. It's in the past. And to spend your time focusing on the past is to spend the only thing that you've got, and that's what's right here, right now, because the sand never stops running. This is all we've got. And to spend your time now thinking of what happened there is making absolute certain that the future is going to be the same as the past.
If you close your eyes and you place your attention on your heart, by paying attention to your heart, you're actually giving it your energy. Now do something really cool. Amplify. That's the amplifier. What do you want to feel? Like, what emotion do you want to feel when a future experience happens? Whatever that is. Feel the gratitude, feel the joy, feel the freedom. Breathe and feel and breathe, and keep relaxing into your heart, keeping your attention nowhere else out of the millions of things you put your attention on. That's your target. There'll come a moment where that energy will naturally start moving up to the brain. When that happens, the survival centers shut down. Brain moves into alpha. You see more pictures and images. The heart sends propagating wave right into the brain, telling the brain, be creative, to dream, to be unlimited. The more you do it, the more it becomes a skill. We tend to be more present and appreciative when we're truly in this state.
Write everything you want from God on a piece of paper. Be as detailed as you can. Write it down. The object for you is to write down 300 things. If you could have anything you wanted, put it on a piece of paper. Anything. How many cars? What kind of car? What color? What you want your next house to be? What you want to leave for your grandkids? How much would you like to give all your siblings? Put everything you want on a piece of paper. Take 5 minutes and read your list every night, every morning. If you read your list with the expectation that God is going to do some great things for you, at the end of 1 year, you will be stunned, absolutely stunned at how much stuff comes off that list.
Bro, I can manifest like a motherfucker. Everything comes from the imagination. So the power of the mind, people don't understand. We still don't understand. I still don't understand how powerful it is. I'm still learning. I know one thing is I can make things happen. I can go to levels, I just can't tell the world, but like there's levels that like I've manifested things that I'm just like, I still shock myself. Like, how the fuck did I make that happen? And this is through this like manifesting subconsciously as well. Just years of something just manifesting, and boom, it's right there. I'm just like, shit, I really made that happen. It's scary, man. It's scary for me to even think about. So like, both of them together, when you have the vision and you're able to manifest, and you also put the work in, magic happens, man. Magic, that's where the magic is. But we're blessed that we can dream. And we're blessed that we can dream. That's one thing I realized.
And Mr. Schultz gave me probably the greatest clue he gave me. He said, Jim, if you want to be wealthy and happy the rest of your life, just learn this lesson well. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. The beginning of the philosophy that helped change my life. When he said that, I suddenly understood why I was broke. I was a hard worker on my job. But see, that was my problem. I was working hard on my job, but I wasn't working hard on myself. That was my reason for lack of progress. Some people look for more money, but they look for it in the wrong direction. The guy says, I need more money. I'm going to go work on my boss. Well, I've never seen a boss get excited and triple somebody's wages, right? I mean, they don't behave in such an irrational manner. Some people say, well, I'll go on strike for more. The problem with that game is, once you start it, it's never over. You'll always have to strike. And I'll tell you what you get by demand. Little bitty pieces. And now inflation beats that game. The guy demands 10%. Inflation's 12. He's behind 2. So see, that's not the key to success. Maybe survival, but not success. See, it's not what you get by tricks. It's not what you get by demand. It's what you get by performance that counts. Performance comes from inside, not outside.
I'll give you a little test. Look around this room right now and notice everything you can see that's brown. Look all around, both sides of you. Anything you see that's brown. People at home, look at that in your own room. What you see is brown. And close your eyes. Okay. Tell me everything you just saw that was red. Now, obviously, you saw a lot more brown, didn't you?
Yeah.
Why? Because you're looking for it. Open your eyes. Now look for red. Look for red anywhere you can find red. Any place you can find red. Okay. Okay? Did you find more red this time? How come?
Because I was looking for red.
That's right. Once you develop a belief, you find what supports it. I bet you saw some beige shit, called it brown just to feel successful, did you?
Right over there.
I bet you saw some things burgundy and called them red just so you could feel successful.
I factored in some of those now and later.
You see what I'm saying? If you think you're screwed up, you're messed up, you're going to find and you're going to color yourself that way. Whether you think it's true, whether you think it's not, it's going to be true for you. In other words, whatever you believe is self-evident. You reinforce what you believe. You found what you were looking for.
Around 2010, 2011, I went through this huge spiritual thing where I became obsessed with the power of the mind, meditation, visualization, realizing how powerful our minds actually are, like how we really do paint our world with our thoughts and our level of self-belief. So I took myself from being very average-minded to actually believing that I was the shit and believing that I could be the shit and that I could be the gold and be the greatest and never lose a chance.
Teach your body just for 15 minutes a day what it would like to feel gratitude, what it would be like. And our data shows that you take someone, do that for 4 days, 3 times a day. They make a immunoglobulin called immunoglobulin A. It's your body's natural blue shot. It's the greatest immune chemical we have. 50% increase in the subjects we studied in 4 days. Immunoglobulin A, up 50% in 4 days. Where is that chemistry coming from? They're not taking anything. It's coming from within them, right? You could actually program your autonomic nervous system to make a pharmacy of chemicals that causes growth and repair to happen in the body. And that's exactly what we're discussing there. And when you change your state of being like that every day, get ready. Because you're going to start having synchronicities and opportunities and coincidences and weird things start happening in your life to prove to you that you're actually the creator of your life instead of the victim of your life.
The first rule that I always talk about to success is you got to have a very clear vision of where you want to go. Because if you don't have that, you're just floating around. Visualizing became a normal thing. If I can see it, then it must be a reality. And I can make it a reality. So for me, the vision became a reality. So it was only then a matter of following through with the work. Every single time when I had a vision about anything, I had to work my ass off. But it was pleasure. See, that is the great thing. When you go to work and you know exactly why you're working, then it becomes fun, a challenge. It's entertaining sometimes.
If you don't go to school, you can't get a good job. I hadn't gone to school. I didn't have a good job. I owned the whole company. So then I started to think, I wonder how many things I believe are not true. Most people that are teaching don't know what they're teaching. 80% of the people that teach have never done what they're teaching. That's the purpose of life. Overcome ignorance. Develop awareness. The only way to overcome ignorance is through knowledge. And the only way to get the knowledge is to study. Most people, they finish school, close the book, say, that's over. I'm never going to open another book as long as I live. You're screwed. It's all over. Smart's got nothing to do with it. They have shifted their paradigm. They've knocked the wall down. And they built an image, and they followed the rules. They just didn't know what they were doing. I didn't know what I was doing. I was earning over $1 million a year. I had no idea what the hell I was doing.
I found most people don't know who they are. They really don't. I know my name, I know my age, I know where
that's not you, though. If you ask the average person who they are, they'll give you their name. They'll say, I'm Bob Proctor, but I'm not. Bob and Proctor are 2 words. My parents give them to me. They're called names, but it's not me. It's my name. Then some people say, well, this is me, but this isn't me either. It's my body. Like, you never phone down here to the studio and say, body won't be in today. It's sick. Okay, we don't say am hand or am leg. It's my hand, my leg, my body, my name.
Who am I? See, I think we live simultaneously on three planes of understanding. We're spiritual creatures. We have an intellect and we live in physical bodies. But because we lack awareness or understanding of who we are, we're totally locked into a physical world. And we let things outside of us control us. 95% of the population are reacting to life. They're not really living at all.
Make a plan. Make a plan and make the plan over and over. All successful men and women are successful planners. And how do you make a plan? Simple. A plan is a list of activities. And then you organize the list, just like a ladder. You organize the list in terms of priorities and in terms of time. What you have to do first, what you have to do second, what's more important, what's less important, and then you take action and get going on your plan and continually revise the plan. Back your plan with determination and persistence. Back your plan with determination and persistence. In the final analysis, the key to your success is your ability to hang in longer than anybody else. In all the studies that we looked at of winners of peak performance, we find that the quality of persistence is to the character of a man or woman as carbon is to steel. That persistence is only necessary when the going gets rough. That persistence only comes to the fore when everything falls apart around you and you feel like quitting. That persistence has no value at all when things are going well. Persistence only has value when you are willing to press on in the face of obstacles, difficulties, disappointments, falling on your face, losing your money, and so on.
If you follow my suggestion for the next year, you'll be a different person, living a rich, rewarding, and meaningful life. 4 things, all of them simple. 1, remember that our rewards in life will be an exact proportion to our service. 2, by giving your work a larger percentage of your capabilities and talents, you must increase your income substantially. 3, since our lives depend on others, treat others in every facet of your life exactly as you want others to treat you. If you expect others to give you excellent products and services for the money you and your family spend, then you should make certain that your job is handled excellently. 4, try to find some way every day in which your work can be improved. And above all, know your boss. He's the customer. Treat him with the respect, care, and courtesy and humor he deserves. Remember that he pays all of your bills every month. He will buy everything you will ever own.
The more grateful you are for what is, the more things will come to you. If you honor this moment, what is this moment, then the future, the so-called future, which never comes except as the present moment, will reflect that. To be grateful means an appreciation, an alignment with what is. If you're only grateful when you compare yourself to others who have less, that's not real gratitude. The more powerful thing is gratitude for whatever is this moment, the little things of this moment.
From now on, whenever you bring on a new person, put them through this exercise. If they will not go through this exercise, do not waste a minute of your time with them, because they will never be successful if they won't follow your guidance. Here's the exercise. Take a clean sheet of paper and write down goals and today's date, and then write down 10 goals that you would like to accomplish in the next 12 months, and write them in the present tense. I earn, I achieve, I weigh, I drive such and such a car, I own. And then you take this list of 10, and you say, if I had a magic wand, and I could wave this magic wand, and I could have any one goal on my list within 24 hours, which one goal would have the greatest positive impact on my life? And usually this will jump out at you. Put a circle around that goal. And that's a goal you transfer to a clean sheet of paper, and then you follow the 7 steps. Write it down, set a deadline, make a list of everything you have to do to accomplish it, organize the list to do a checklist, take action, and then do something every day. If you'll just do this, nothing can stop you but yourself.
Then your brain doesn't really know the difference between, say that again?
Between something that happened in real life or something that you strongly visualize.
So you could create enough of a visualization for yourself if you really were to powerfully start to focus on it and do that and build that ability to visualize something that your brain at one point would have to think it's so true that the world would meet you and put it into your life.
I love the way you put that.
Wow.
You said one time that one of the things you learned is that to succeed greatly, you have to be willing to fail greatly.
Oh, 100%.
No one failed more than I did. I deserved all the credit I received. Nobody seen more than I seen. None of these fighters, none of these athletes. None of the kings of the barbarians. There's no one that could surpass me. The pain I've endured.
That brings up, obviously, tough memories for you. That pain.
Yeah, that's probably so. I can deal with it like I am.
Seems like it's a good deal in the past?
Nah, it's never in the past.